What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another Among Us video. Today I'm bringing you something you guys have been asking for. I mean, you can tell what it is from the title, is that I'm going to show you guys how to create your very own Among Us map. Now obviously this currently only works for PC. I do apologize to anyone playing on console or on mobile. Maybe they'll bring that to mobile in the future, but only time will tell. But you're going to get yourself a PC. You're going to go to this website, the link's in the description. It's called levelimposter.net, and from that point on, you're going to go ahead and click editor. You can actually already download maps, and there's documents here to show you how to install all of this. I'm not going to really show you guys how to do that, but I will show you how to create your very own map. What you're going to do is you're going to click editor, and it's going to bring you to this little area here. You can see there's tasks on the right side, and over here on the left side is where you'll be able to edit the actual tasks and the map itself. You're going to go ahead and add your sprite. For instance, this will be your map background. If you're playing like a Pokemon map, this would be the town. In my case, as you can see, I've already created a custom image. I actually did this in Photoshop. I connected all of World 1 from the new Super Mario Bros. On Nintendo DS. I've connected all of those to create one big map. So the first thing you're going to want to do is here on the left side, you're going to see these, colliders and a bunch of positions and all these numbers. You can ignore most of these unless you want to, like, if you want to flip the map down, you can do that. First off is you're going to put a dummy on the map, because that's how big we'll see. Okay, so the dummies are this big on the map, and this is how you can tell the size. So for me personally, dummy's a bit big, so I'm gonna actually bump up the scale of the room to 2 by 2. So now it is much bigger, and now the dummies are this size. So this actually fits perfectly. The next up is what you're gonna want to do is add in your invisible walls, and that is your collider. So over here on the left side, you're gonna hit add collider, and you can add whether or not you want it to block vision. In most cases, for the first one, you can turn that off. And closed loop means is that it's closed. You can't leave the room. You can't, it's a square. For the most part, you're going to want to keep this checked. For more advanced maps, you might want to uncheck it, but in this case we are going to keep it closed. And now you're going to see these green lines over here, and you're going to see like a red square here. And basically what you can do is you can drag this green line, and wherever you drag it, that is going to be your invisible wall. So over here, I'm going to drag this corner down to these bushes, because these bushes are going to be an invisible wall that you cannot cross as a player. And as you can see, this is what you're going to do first, is add your invisible walls to areas where players will not be able to move. Obviously this is all up to you guys as the creators, but you can add even more of these inside the map and get pretty creative with these. So once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and click stop editing, and then from that point on, you have your invisible walls. And if you want to create even more, so for instance, if I want to make it so you can't walk in this water, you're going to go ahead and click add collider, and you're going to hit vision block, closed loop, and you're going to edit this. So now you have another invisible wall you can put anywhere on the map. So in this case, for me, there's a pond over here, so I'm going to go ahead and sort of figure out a little area here that the players cannot access. Obviously this thing isn't perfect. You're gonna have to mess with it, but once you mess with it for a little bit, you will get used to it, and it's a actually very powerful tool. I'm gonna add in a little, there we go. So this entire little area is done, and there we go. They can't go into this little pond. Now, first and foremost, what you're going to see over here in the top right corner is there is going to be a yellow triangle with an exclamation point. You're going to click on that, and it's going to say things that you need. So for me, you must add at least 2 dummies to use imposter in free play. So for us, if we want to use this in free play, we need to add some more dummies. So I'm going to add one on each area here. You can actually even flip these and stuff. There you go. Now personally, I wouldn't really change with the scale or position of these things. I think it might break it actually, so don't mess with these too much. For the most part, keep it simple, but if you guys want to do more testing, you can do that. Now of course, the next step is once you've added in your invisible walls, you're going to go ahead and add in your initial spawn point. So for me, I'm going to put it right at the start, right over here, obviously, because this is where you start in the new Super Mario Bros. And you can even have a separate meeting spot spawn after you call a meeting, but for the most part, we're going to keep them all here. And actually, before we do that, if you want to switch to imposter and free play and test all the tasks, you can put a free play laptop right at the spawn. So you can do that, and that's pretty easy. But it's time to get fancy because we can now add in vents. So of course, we have Polis vents, Skeld vents. I'm going to go ahead and use the Polis vents, and I'm going to put one at each of these little exit areas because I think it'd be a pretty cool way to vent around the map. There we go. So check that out. You can put down as many vents as you want. It's actually super dope. And then there you go. Actually, this one's too close. Let's go ahead and put this one. Ooh, you could put it right here. So you're not done just yet because once you put down these vents, you're gonna have to go ahead and connect these vents to the connections over here. So you're gonna see if I click the first one, there's a red line and it's now connected to this one over here. That one's connected over there, and then that one's connected over there. And that is pretty much what you can do there. You can also add in a collider, so there's like a invisible wall if you want, but you don't need to do that. So keep in mind, you can only get connected to 3 different vents. So depending on how you want them placed, you got to keep that in mind. For the most part, I think I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, like that. That seems right. Actually, vent 2. Yeah, much better. There we go. So this one is now connected to these 3, and then you have to do that for every single vent. So it is a little tedious, that is for sure, but it is necessary if you want to make your map super dope. Alrighty, so all my vents are now connected, and you can even do cameras as well. So for these cameras, just keep in mind it isn't perfect. So for instance, if you wanted to get a camera all the way over here on the back, you would have to make sure that first off, you want to make it look nice. So you can flip it so that it's like connected to the town here, or the castle, I should say. But imagine this square right here by my mouse is what you'll see. So it isn't going to see over here. It's going to see whatever it's like this square here. Hard to explain, but you'll see once you mess with it a little bit. You're gonna go ahead and see there's another exclamation point for me that says I need to add a camera panel. So let me go ahead and do that before we forget. So you can use any one you want. I personally like the look of the Skeld cams, and I think a good place for these would be maybe over here. Maybe actually over here. Yeah, I like this. Over here. Boom. There you go. And you can also make it so it's only from below. So we're gonna do that. And there we go. Cams is now set up. You can also add in rooms, by the way. So you can see like if someone's like killed by this area, you can say, oh, they were by castle. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and set this room as castle. Now that is done. So you should add, I really do recommend you should add rooms. So we're gonna put mini castle. Then over here you can do like cannon, and you can even add in colliders, by the way. So what you can do here is you'll see you can specify where these rooms, or where this room is, if you want to get super specific, but that's only if you want to get super fancy. You get over here, we can call this one bridge. Then over here we can have this one called start. There we go. So the rooms are now specified. Now, of course, you can also add an admin table, vitals. Over here on the right side, you'll see, whoop, and button. Obviously, you want to have a button, and I feel like we should put it right here, all the way on the right side of the map. And what's nice too is you can actually even add in a decoration. So if you want to get a table in there, or if you want to get like, boom, there we go. We'll put this, and there we go. Look, it's on top of the thing. I probably should have done this in the other order, but it's not perfect. This table will now be here forever. But you will see there is every room does need a collider. So let's go ahead and do that before I get yelled at by the map. And then comes the fun part. This is where you can just add in tasks, and you can do literally any task you want. So we can do unlock manifolds, sort artifacts right over here. You can get creative. You can do med scan, and you can do weapons over by the cannon, and you can even flip this one. You can do telescope over on this area. For the most part, every single task is you can just do whatever you want. So we can do pistols over here for the Mario gun task, and some tasks actually do require that you do both of them. So you see rifles 1, rifles 2. Over here you'll see if I put down rifles 1, it'll come up with an error saying, hey, you need rifles 2. So we're gonna go ahead and get rifles 2 and put that right over there. So that is pretty much it. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Now let's see here. Obviously, because Mario's a plumber, we gotta get toilets. Here it is. Boom. There we go. 1 toilet. Obviously, we're gonna put down 4. You need 4 toilets for some reason. 4 toilets. You need the toilets. Is it 4 toilets? Yes. Another toilet. I want more toilets. More toilets. We need all of the toilets. I don't know why, but I want all. I want 5 of them. Oh no, I put an extra one. All right, hold on. We gotta do more toilets. Hold on. There we go. Now we're done. So once you're done with your map, what you're gonna do is export your map. And that is pretty much done. It's gonna download for you. And now comes the installation process. I don't really want to show this because it's different for every single one of you. So what I do recommend you guys do is go to the documents here, and you're going to see the map applicating, and it's going to say automatic and manual methods and requirement. Just follow these steps over here. Depends on your PC. It depends on how, you know, things work for you guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and test out our map and see if it works. So you're going to launch Among Us, and right away, if you go to free play, you'll see custom level imposter. We're going to click play, and if everything works, you'll see that your map is now loaded. Boom, look at this. Now it didn't spawn me here. That's interesting. Maybe this spawn works if I actually start a game and it's not free play. But you'll see the events work as intended, and you can do tasks as intended as well. And look, my invisible wall does work. You can see I can't actually move above this area over here. Pretty neat, pretty dope. That is pretty much how you make yourself an invisible map. And you can see I have my table that I left there. But you can get super creative, because even if you don't want to make a map based on another game, you can go ahead and use like the assets, like the decorations, and make a super awesome custom Among Us map and get super creative. Now, I really do recommend you guys save your map by exporting it often, because sometimes this program will bug out. And if it does, all you have to do is import your map back in and hit upload. It's going to hit yes, and it's going to let you hit yes. And then once you have uploaded it, you can mess with your map anytime you want. So make sure you're doing this often. It's basically like your save button. That is something I really do recommend, because this thing can get buggy. But yeah, enjoy, guys. I know this is a bit of a long video, but I mean, making a map isn't easy, so enjoy. I'm looking forward to your maps that you guys are going to create. Send them to me on Twitter. Twitter is the best place for me to see. Tweet them at me. I want to see your maps. Also, you can put it in my Discord. You can join my Discord in the description. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. I know this is kind of a weird video, because it's usually we play Among Us, but this is an instruction Among Us. But have a wonderful day, guys. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.